Hello boys, my name is Koleyoshi and welcome back to my 100% blind playthrough, this time known as Battlezone Simulator. Okay, I'm joking, it's Pokémon Legends Z-A for Nintendo Switch, but it feels like Battlezone Simulator because pretty much all we were doing was doing Battle Zones. Except not, as a little bit of a surprise, we had mentioned that we accomplished our 15th reward matchup, Also, there's like a whole extra side mission thing here where you have to battle the Rogue Megas again. Well, there's apparently a gauntlet where you battle all of those again, apparently, too. I forgot to mention. You have to battle every one of them back to back. But you can't even heal at all. Alright, well, anyways. In the last video, we've been doing non-stop reward matches, so now we're back to do even more, because thanks to our trip, we were able to get 2 reward matches done in one cycle. This time we're facing Felipe of the Rest Syndicate again. Still is just as tanky as ever, I see, Steelix. So I guess my training I was using my other Pokemon for is not going to be as dumb as you think. Like, I was specifically training Pokemon for a reason, but my legendaries will actually be useful pretty soon. Zygarde is actually being trained for a similar-ish reason, because apparently, not only do they have more HP, but it's important for them to be trained because the Rogue Mega encounter thing, apparently you are not allowed to heal in it even once. You have to do 10 battles in a row similar to the setup without healing, but it's against the Rogue Mega encounters. You know, those big giant dudes that can be very dangerous, and they still act like the Rogue Mega battles too. So if we take too much damage for any reason and like get knocked out by any of them, we just instantly lose, and it's not fun to deal with, as you might have guessed. So yeah. Those battles could be quite dangerous, depending on what happens. Alright. Just like that, we're done with that. We're about to slowly gain some levels as well. I think they pretty much have as much stats as they can now. Anyways, I'm training different Pokemon for that reason, to try and get them stronger for the late game of this, but also to prepare them because I think I want to use Zygarde and quite a few other legendaries in that Rogue Mega Gauntlet, or at least one of those. We may replace the slightly weaker Excadrill with Mega Zygarde and just try to use him for as much battles as possible, but also try to preserve his health as much as possible. So remember that Wish Roserade, or that Wish Pokemon we had before? Well, guess what that's useful for? The Rogue Mega Gauntlet. So if you have your Pokemon running out, having a Wish Pokemon is actually really important because it means all of a sudden you can heal now in those battles, whereas previously you couldn't. I'll mention it more when we come into it. Just saying, you might see that, you might not see it. It depends on how I'm feeling, but I think I'll try to show that off. Okay, I did not see anything else here. I also didn't see anything that required Gyarados, so we're gonna switch him back out for Raichu, so we can get a different objective done instead. While I wait for my Mega to come out, because I want to try and land the Swift Mega Venusaur at the same time as I do the poison moves, if I can. Oh, thanks for giving me a bird. One thing Alberts seem to be weak to in this game is electric type moves, typically. So yeah, that was not too hard. My boy Waichu. You can still see us through the wall there. Okay, well, we avoided him this time. Oh, perfect switch timing. Oh, the poison took him out. We poisoned him and then the poison took him out, which is cool. That does mean we didn't get the points for taking him out, but that's fine. I guess we could do pretty much any Mega Pokemon we want now. I was just focusing on this one. Where's the card? I know there was a card somewhere here. Oh yeah, it was in here. That's what we're gonna get next. 2 Mega hits? Oh, this is way too easy. This is basically the perfect RNG we could be getting. As well as sneak up and start a battle can be pretty simple once you know what you're doing. Alright. Simple enough. As you can see, if you know what you're doing, though, you can definitely go through this a lot faster. Honestly, once you know what to do, maybe this isn't as bad as I initially thought. Because when you're just focusing on this and not anything else, you get a lot more time to actually do these battle zones. It's when you start having to do extra things that it becomes more annoying. Like, oh, I might have to do a wild zone in the hyperspace just for this part first, but then I might also have to do this for a different thing. Yeah, it kind of gets annoying after a while, you know, but because we're getting all that done, it's making it easier. Okay, now I'll just switch over to the other. Actually, we could just switch over to the other one by just going over to the other zone by doing it this way. It makes it a bit more convenient. Oh, I did not mean to do that. And we still got caught anyway. We're gonna run because we want to get this done. Isn't that annoying when the game just says you lose and just decides you'll get spotted even though we did everything in our power to hide in the corner like we would normally? Okay, we need ground moves, obviously, but we couldn't use a ground move because that was a flying. And again, we can't use a ground move because it's a flying Pokemon. Now do you see why some of these battles can get annoying? When you have to use types that some other things are immune to, it makes it extra hard for no reason. Okay, I don't think I can do sneak up and start now. Only option is to keep using Excadrill and use ground type moves instead. Speaking of which, I'm pretty sure my stats are fully trained now. By the way, the way I check these now is, you probably know it by now, but we are going to keep giving items to them, despite them having a training item already. If more than 2 say it won't have any effect, then that means that they are completely maxed and you cannot do anything else. Which they are. Good. Now we can get rid of their held items. And now we can start actually using them in battle, too. We might even use Zygarde, too. I forgot. Zygarde has a good amount of moves, and he is a ground type. You know what? Since we haven't seen enough of them at all, really much at all, we're gonna have Zygarde out for a bit, and we'll briefly switch out Combat because for no apparent reason. The game only allows us to use water types to get rid of this stupid barrier here, so we'll do that first, and then we have to quickly switch back. We'll just do that by switching to you here. No, we'll just get challenged automatically, I guess. Not much you could do otherwise. How quick is the different moves, I wonder? Seems like Land's Wraith is the fastest so far. Oh great, another flying type. Can't really test out our thing when doing a flying type. Also at Parasson, is it actually gonna work? Probably never. We have a fast move with Raichu anyway. Yeah, that was never going to work. Parason's interesting, but only in big battles, and I don't think it even works against certain Pokemon. Anyway. Okay, we got some more Carbos, that's always nice to have. Alright, as funny as it is, I think Excadrill's move usage was slightly faster. His animation is way quicker at the very least compared to Zygarde. Even though Zygarde also has the ability to use ground moves, I think this is the easiest way of doing it. Yeah, just doing as many of these battles as we can. Probably the fastest way of doing it. I think that's the highest counter I've seen so far, up to 25. It's mostly because we keep getting in spots where they're all stacked in together. So they're all really easy. We can actually get another one of these cards done too if we start another battle before the end of this. Okay. So now you can see how fast it is to tear through these battles if you're quick enough. And it's convenient because it's also the only really good way to train up your Pokemon fast. Okay. You're not gonna... Oh, frick. Essidro, why did you do that? Well, we're gonna have to purposely get caught then instead. Oh, they're always facing that way. Okay. We're gonna have to keep doing this for a bit. Okay, I'm gonna have to wait for you to switch around the other side then. I didn't say, Excadrill, you could do that. All I want to do is sneak up and start the battle, not get caught like 3 times in a freaking row. Alright, there we go. We got that done better. Okay, well, that was fast enough. Now that's done, I think I'm just gonna end this early. We could probably sneak out another one, but I don't want to do this too much or we'll be here all day. So we're gonna start just focusing on the side missions that I planned on doing. We'll do each one at a time, of course, so we don't get utterly confused as to which one we're going for. I think I know which one we're going for first. Since this girl wants to be so annoying, we'll do her $1 million coffee first. But seriously though, like, why would anybody ever, in the real world especially, spend $1 million on just one coffee? It just seems kind of pointless, like, way too excessive. What makes your coffee different than all the others that it has to be worth $1 million? That's quite a... I don't know what to say. But I'm not gonna say it. Just, we're gonna get it, and because we need it for a side mission. Okay, side mission. We need Seviper, we need Fungus. Feebas we still need. Porygon we still need to trade. Alright. Alright, we actually have to take this. You're absolutely sure? You absolutely believe you're worthy of a copy of 1 million brew? You think this is a good use of all your salience, and you'll be able to appreciate this brew's taste? No, appreciating such a rare bean is more about being tasted distance. It's about understanding the bean itself. Know how it was given, how it was roasted, when, where, why, and you still insist that you can appreciate $1 million cup of coffee? You stress the unique notes of such a bean, describing its flavor in your own words. We're not saying that it tastes like $1 million cup of coffee. We'll cut it. That rates nothing at all. Such words are dregs in my mouth. Sure, you aren't merely chasing some shallow desire for notoriety. Aren't here so you could just boast that pleb that you've tasted $1 million brew. So you'll fork over $1 million of your hard work cost, then you'll spill out some ignorant commentary about the flavor and simply embarrass yourself. The shame will never leave you. You realize what's at stake at you, and yet you claim to be ready for the ultimate special, the ultimate coffee of supreme ultimacy. I think nothing would be worth this, Oh, it is just the same. This is crazy. How many times she talks to you? Yeah, alright. You can't back out early either. You have to do this whole thing. Yeah, well, you shut up, Beulah. I know you like to brag about it. I want that plastic coffee, please. Just give it to me, fool. Delaying it. I'm going to confirm just one last time. You wish to drink a cup of my ultimate special brew so rare. It could be had but once in a lifetime. You seek the ultimate coffee of supreme ultimacy. Just sell me the dang coffee already, girl, and stop being annoying. Determination. Now that is worthy of my once in a lifetime special. This is what deserves a coffee of the ultimate coffee of supreme ultimacy. I ask forgiveness for testing your resolve so relentlessly. I'll prepare your coffee at once. Please have a seat and relax. Money is still on the corner here. It's like it knows. They're just kind of wondering what's going on here. What have we done with our life? We could have gotten so much more Pokeballs, but instead we're spending $1 million on a freaking coffee, man. Oh, my dear Chester, try my ultimate special, the ultimate coffee of supreme ultimacy. Alright, thumbs up. No reason not to ignore it. Ooh. You did the anything. My dear Corsair was a cup brewed from the ultimate beams of supreme ultimacy. My ultimate special once in a lifetime delicacy. And how would you describe it there? Alright. I'm a little worried. I didn't go through all this to have to go for this whole cutscene again. So just because of how tricky it is, I'm gonna see if this makes a difference. Yep, I'm still cheating after this. I want to look at if there's something else you have to say here first. Alright. I share some joy at Dev's all hours, I'll say. Thank you for your lovely words. They are most worthy of a $1 million cup of coffee. Anyway, it didn't say anything. That happens. Not a matter of the bill. That bill will be $1 million as you please. We actually have to do it too. I imagine the ultimate beings must be glad to have been consumed by the ultimate trainer, huh? So what do we actually get? Luminose Galley and Muvo Melt is not a worthy trade for $1 billion cup of coffee, man. And yet we have to do this anyways because we're doing all the side missions. Ugh. What do you think? Was that the most annoying side mission so far? I think so. Just a bunch of talking and didn't do other stuff. I know I've been kind of confused about the side missions, but nah, I'm gonna say that's my least favorite part. Especially as a personal person who doesn't even drink coffee at all, I think that is kind of a dumb side mission that never should have been put in the game. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and get a quarter of that money back from the battle zone. I guess at least you can get a lot of your money back from battle zones anyway, so it's not like you lose that much for spending it, but like, the fact we have to do this for a side mission is just so annoying, man. Anyways, we have our Porygon. Sorry, Trayon, but we're gonna finally trade you. We'll select this one, because why not? You get forced into doing this, by the way, and I believe you get Porygon Z from trading it the second time, but you need a dubious disc first, I believe. I don't know what quest gives you the dubious disc. But yeah, because this is a trade, we do get to see a trade version. Oh, it's about to get smoother, huh? Now it's a Porygon too, huh? How do you like my little surprise? I gave the Porygon I sent you an upgrade to hold, which may evolve into Porygon 2. See how smoothly rounded it is now? It's the perfect illustration of how games change when processing power improves. Porygon's 2 upgrades include AI, and it was even programmed for planetary development projects, huh? Porygon and its line are still a bit of handful to deal with, but I still can't help but love it. Alright. Okay, we're done with that. We got a new registered item. I don't think we have a dubious disc though. Also, I kind of want to move this to the other spot I had it in. I would save it for here in case I wanted to have it. But anyway, now I have that for later. I wonder if you could trade over that specific one too again. That'd be interesting. Beyond that, looks like we finally hit daytime, which means we get to check all these again. Honestly, I've already kind of dealt with a lot of the RNG parts already, but just having the fact that a lot of the game now is going to be reliant on just getting lucky enough to even see specific Pokemon that you're looking for is just so awkward, man. Like, I really am going to say it straight up. I think the Hyperspace Zone mechanic is probably the most repetitive mechanic I've had a chance of dealing with. Beyond its storyline, I feel like it's probably not really worth the effort. Safe to say, you probably shouldn't buy this DLC unless you want to stay in it for a very long time. And I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade these guys. I have so many EXPL candies anyway. I want to test them out in a battle anyway. Just using 5 is enough to upgrade it at least 2 levels. Yeah, 5 at a time will get it up to, like, several levels. Heck, the game even tells you how much you need to level it up to max, so what we'll do is, instead, use all but the ones we need, and then just use AXLs for later. Heck, we could probably even keep them at 99. If we use all but one, we can keep our Xperia candies for later. Anyway, I guess we're going in here first, and we're gonna test out the strength of our new Pokemon we just got. Let's see. I don't know who to use, but I think Zygarde could be used first. Speaking of which, we need to use items on him. As tempting as it is to keep him in his cool form, Fane, I think it'd be better for him to be in his more upgraded form that's more tankier. And then beyond that, we also need his stone too. Oh, it's more faster when it's not in the weaker form, but when it's transformed, it's really strong. Beyond that, now you can see this is the tediousness we've gotten to. I'm already kind of over it once already, and I could maybe not blame the game too much for making me do it if we're just going through and doing the main storyline part. But having to also do it even longer to get all the different Pokemon registered in the Pokédex, it's just ridiculous how annoying it is. That's why I'm hoping, according to Mega Pokédex Completion, that you do not need to do competitive Pokemon to get that, because we would have already missed it anyway. Because to get some of the Megas, you have to have already gotten, at least played a match and online, and I didn't start this until much later, so I didn't have a chance to even attempt doing that. Okay, we still have some Strong Donuts. We'll go with the lowest level one here, so as to not waste it for later. So let's just do this. We'll also be getting to the point where, on the Mega encounters, we're just gonna probably keep using the donuts that are just have a green icon next to them. We want them to have as many green powers after all, as the higher a green power is, the better it'll be to catch Pokemon. Oh, there's a lot of different species here. Whatever, I'm gonna skip that. Oh, it's the cleaver again. Wait, I just realized this guy is trolly, and this guy is really tricky too. You know, I hate this Pokemon. That Pokemon with the cleaver thing, I hate a lot. Also, I really need to stop getting it here. I hate that Pokemon a lot. In fact, I hate this cleaver so much of the effect. I'm gonna do something very crazy, guys. But you probably already know what it is. And by the way, I'm not joking when I say I want to be crazy. Whoa. Hang on, Cypher. Please get out of the freaking way so I can actually do this properly. This is what I meant by crazy. Yep. I'm gonna use a Master Ball on this cleaver. I just can't take it. This is just literally gonna be impossible to catch unless you do something else. I know you could use it on a legendary Pokemon, but I think personally, if you just retry those battles, you can get them pretty easily. But Cleaver is not easy to get. You have to kind of just walk around, and I honestly don't even know if it's easy to get evolution either. So I said, frick it. That's why I'm saying frick it. Instead of going with that Chaos Incarnate and potentially risking not even getting stuff done, wait, I'm just gonna throw a Master Ball at it. I have 2 anyway. I still have 1 for the specific Pokemon I want to save for anyway, and there's a good chance we may yet get another one too, because apparently you can find Master Balls in certain other areas too. Normally Master Balls are incredibly rare to come by. Also, we haven't even caught 1 Pokemon undetected, man. One thing I have to keep mentioning also, if you want to catch Pokemon undetected, you pretty much have to hit them in the back, but you also can't have another one of your Pokemon out, or they'll automatically see it and get to battle pretty much immediately. Oh, it's quite annoying to get right. Okay, well, that hard part is done now. Now I have to actually catch the different Pokemon species. I'm gonna focus on this Pidgeot first if I can. It's gonna be a lot more dangerous, I think, than the other Pokemon. As you can see, though, yeah, this isn't just a normal shenanigans we have to deal with. Battles literally are getting to the point where to even have an attempt at catching the Pokemon, you need to pretty much completely deplete their HP to even attempt to catch them, which is super annoying. So yeah, some of these later battles get really hard. Also, I think this one we're probably not going to complete all the does anyway. We wasted a lot of time just trying to get that Cleavar, but then again, like, I have to go for it at some point. My goodness, this Pokemon's also incredibly tanky on top of that. Taking literally all these hits and still not falling. Okay. And then all of a sudden it goes up to being way more easy to catch for a few minutes, yet still doesn't work. Alright, well, honestly, I got the Pokemon I came here to get, so in kind of a surprising tuition, I'm just gonna leave. It's not that I didn't fail, it's more like I spent most of my time just trying to get Cleavar, but hey, that's one less Pokemon for us to worry about. And we potentially skipped a potentially cheesy evolution on that. What do you think? Was that a good idea or not? I don't know. Oh, there's a question mark one. I didn't even notice that was there. Jeez. It's like it hid something from me that I didn't know about. I'm just gonna pin that point and go to that. How about that? I guess we'll go there next then. Why is this a 1-star thing though? And why is it just standing here? Is it side mission or is it a Mega Stone mission? That's what we need to know. Also, it looks like it's one of those stupid underground ones again, where you have to go down underneath the map to find it. No detailed info available? This is confusing. But it's only 1 star. I don't trust this. I'm just gonna save my progress, but I'm gonna use my weaker donut in here. So the game mentioned probably potentially trying to use a weaker donut for certain things. Anyways, I'm going to use that right now. Because the game warned of a potential side mission that can randomly show up that You just go in, get an item, and then you just leave. You don't even, like, fight a mega battle or anything. So we're just gonna burn this to go in here. And see why we're in here. Ugh. Many of Porygon keeps the volley. You can also break down the walls between the real world and world of video games, don't you think? Here, I'll have you this rather dubious device. Oh! This is how you get the dubious disc. Oh, frit. Okay, we can get Porygon Z now. Try a link trade with a Porygon 2 that's holding that disc. Cool. Well, good thing I did that. So this is why we even created the lower level donuts. There are these parts where you just get an item, leave immediately, and because of that, if you use a high level donut on it, it'll be kind of a waste. You can use a minimum of 3 donuts to create a specific donut, so if you just use 3 weak ones and then use that, then you can make it so much easier, because then all of a sudden there won't be anything else to do at all. Safe to say it'll be pretty good, actually. Oh, I think this is gonna trigger cutscene, so you get here. Yeah, we can't even talk. Well, it's fine. We were gonna go to this at some point anyway. Here we are. Pardon the intros, and this is just a preview of what's to come. Isn't this an adorable sight? Folks would eat this right up. Interested in a little financial banking to turn your solo stand into a global donut empire, Miss Jeff? Horrible, come on. Can't help it. Got a nose for business opportunities. I hate to say this, but it can be kind of hard for others to tell when we're joking. Who's joking? Anyway, listen up, Team MZ. I've been searching for the perfect flavor profile to capture all your Mega Evolution power so you can take on the Pokemon after him. I found it. Taught about the donut they need to make Philip. Yes, sir. Put the whole rest of it together to work to come up with a flavor profile we're really confident in. This one requires you to have the donut that meets or exceeds the following flavor scores. You need a minimum of 310 points in sweet, 110 in spicy, and 310 points in sour. Allows for at least 40 points in bitter and fresh. Lastly, you need our special spice, Pecan Nori. It's a signature recipe. These refined, tasteful little grains are the key to the ultimate donut. Despite the Operation Mega Donut that you follow these directions precisely, only then we can make what I dubbed the Bad Dreams Crawler. Once it's made, meet us in front of the tower. Perfect. Just said his piece and waltzed out. Busy guy. I'm ready to help you make the donut you need as long as we got the ingredients. Now, hang on. I want to act this. Let's start by just making a couple of these first, though. We can quickly get some other little donuts that we might use later. Alright. Alright. Okay. Alright, you know what? Let's try making that recipe. Okay, we have 3 of the 5 left. But we only have 2 donuts to make. Well, we have to go for at least 1 more of these. Okay, trying to make this is kind of tricky, actually. Now we need something with at least 20 spicy. But flour needs to be really high, too. So we need 20 spicy, but the mesa needs to be high enough. That means shuckerberries basically are on the option. Okay, well, if you guys follow what I do, this is probably the easiest way to make this kind of a donut. But yeah, let's make this super duper donut, or whatever it's supposed to be. And sure enough, it turns into something completely different. It gives us pit power, free, and mega power charging too. Very good things that we could have for the final battle. Voila! Bad Dreams Collar is complete. When the time comes, we'll pour as much Mega Evolution power into that pastry as we can. And that'll give Hoopla a burst of power on par with Mega Evolution. Then once we get into the distortion of the tower, we can finally save the Pokemon in there. Well, this has gotta work. This is gonna work. I'm counting on my main crew. Let's do this, you two. You know it. Let's get out to the tower. Corval's ready. Also, I thought you left TMZ, Tawny, and now you're back here? Okay, well, before we go, I do want to still kind of try to use my new Pokemon. As in kinda, I mean, I might just straight up use Mega Zygarde in the battle for the first time. We didn't level up a legendary to not use him in the final battle, so yeah, for all of you legendary fans out here, this is gonna be our first time we use a legendary, probably for, well, ever. Not trying to say that this is not gonna be the only time that we're gonna use it. Oh, it actually takes 8 of these to level up to level 100. But yeah, we're gonna level these up to 100, because why the heck not? I have no idea what to give Crobat. I might just give it something interesting. Something that boosts its poison type moves, baby. If I can find that. Maybe Scope Lens, maybe Metal Coat. Ah, here it is, Poison Barb. We'll give that to you for now. Need to also change its moves because it doesn't even have many poison moves at all. We'll give it Mason Fane, we'll give it Brave Bird, we'll give it Air Slash. It has Leech Life too, which is a classic move there. So weird that after all of that, it only gets 1 poison move, but the poison move it learns is still pretty good and fast for what it is. Okay. I mean, tells me we may want to give it some more moves than just that. Change moves. Change TMs. Alright, we can get it Toxic. We could give it Sludge Bomb as well, but we can't give it much else that is Zen mode. Yeah, I think we give it Sludge Bomb for now. Gives it a little bit of a variety of stuff to do, even though its Poison Fane's probably going to be stronger. And then we have Brave Bird for contact damage if we need it. Even though that's also damages him, it'll still be nice, because Crobat will be pretty fast already. We built him with a lot of speed, so he can get his moves off really quickly too. We might use him to build up some tap power fast in the final battle, since he can quickly use moves in quick succession. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I was trying to say something correctly and it didn't really come out. But yeah, I'm gonna save the progress. And we're gonna call it quits. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video where supposedly we'll be doing the Zygarde show, in that we're just gonna be using Zygarde and trying to take out the final boss with that, because I feel like This strong of a Pokemon, we're probably going to need to evolve it at some point. So why not use that then? They'll have a lot more HP then. Speaking of which, I don't think I've even checked. Where's the item that Zygarde needs to change his forms? I honestly forgot about it entirely. Actually, it's probably one of the key items. Somewhere farther back, actually, maybe. Yeah, it's this. Oh, that looks way better. So you can either make for a tankier Zygarde or a non-tanky version. The non-tankier version is faster at attacking, but the tankier version is probably preferred. And it also, in general, just looks cooler anyway. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to stick with. I figured something weird was happening my way, and turns out I was forgetting a key item. My apologies about that, but folks, we are close to the end of at least the main storyline part. I know it seemed like we were doing a lot of stuff, but believe me, we've been doing stuff, and pretty soon we'll be close enough to finally finish off that 20 battles for the Super General Dynamique, or whatever the heck it's called. I heard that quest might actually be harder too, because we have the DLC, but like in the main game I heard it's typically pretty straightforward. Because you can destroy them if you have a steel type. You just need a really strong steel type, and that'll probably be enough to just instantly all the time. Beyond that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Cut, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.